The FIFA Men's Club World Cup, not to get confused with the World Cup. That's in another year. Well, the Club World Cup kicks off on Saturday night. 32 of some of the top clubs in the world are going to compete for the trophy. So let's get into all things Club World Cup with Tom Bogert. You know him from the Soccer Wise podcast, CBS Go, Galazzo. I'm loving the stash right now, my man. How you feeling? You ready for some great soccer or football?
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. It's my whole personality trait, so I'm glad that we got that out of the way. So that's good. It makes me happy it's doing its job. But yeah, man, ready for another summer of soccer.
All right, let's talk about some of these storylines because we're going to see the beginning of Thomas Mueller's last dance with Bayern Munich. The Bellingham brothers, Jude and Job, they're in the States with their clubs. And then, of course, we got Messi Mania, which kicks off Saturday night. There's a lot to watch in this Club World Cup, man. So give us some of your biggest storylines to keep an eye out on or what the fans should be watching.
So for me, the first thing I'm going to be watching on the field is what do the lineups look like for these teams? Which teams are going to be taking it the most seriously? Real Madrid is probably the team I'm most looking forward to watching because they had an awful end to their season. They hired a new manager in Xabi Alonso, who's one of the highest rated managers in the world. He was a former player of Liverpool and Real Madrid, amongst other places. And the MO for Real Madrid is we win every competition we're in, particularly continental competitions, and now a global competition. So Real Madrid, both the coming off of a bad season and a new manager and the expectation that when they play teams from outside of Spain, when they play teams from around the world, that they win. I have no idea what this team is going to look like with the new manager, with the new system and everything else. So Real Madrid is the first one. And then the second one for me is the South American teams. I cannot wait to see them in this competition because traditionally the Club World Cup used to be a smaller event. The winner from every continent would play in it. So it would be six teams and a host nation or whatever it broke down to. So there'd be one South American team and one European team and one Asian team. And you go on down the list. And traditionally, those South American clubs have taken this tournament very, very seriously. So I hope that some of that tradition continues this summer.
I also want to see what team that PSG, Paris Saint-Germain, kind of rolls out because they're just, 2-3 weeks fresh off of winning the Champions League. So I wonder if they take that whole Christian Pulisic approach and rest their starters and stars. We're here in America, man. We're kicking things off here in the US of A. We've got a couple MLS teams that's going to rock in the tournament. Seattle, LAFC, Inter Miami. So what are your expectations for these MLS clubs? You cover the MLS and that league very heavy. Do you think that they can hang with some of the top clubs in the world?
So the top clubs? No, absolutely not. No chance. Seattle are unfortunate in their group draw is absolutely brutal. The expectation for Seattle is if they don't lose all three games, if they get a draw and two losses, it's like, hey, not bad because they have a lot of injuries as well. So Seattle, the expectations are lowest partly because of that draw. As for Miami and LAFC, I don't think that either team is going to get out of the group stage, but I think that they at least have a puncher's chance. I think that LAFC is better set for this tournament just because of the way that they play, rather than, say, Inter Miami, which they have more like star names, but they're not going to be able to defend very well. And you can get away with that in MLS. And let me be clear, they don't always get away with it in MLS. But when they're playing these top teams, when they have four players that are, 37 years and older and don't do much against the ball in defense, you can't get away with four passengers against some of these best teams. They might get shredded. So I'm a little bit worried about Inter Miami. And we'll know a lot more on Saturday night in their first game because there are no easy games in this competition. But if Miami have any chance of getting out of the group, they have to win Saturday.
All right, so we're the host nation, and our clubs are playing for a participation trophy. Thanks. That's awesome. I'm gonna be thrilled watching the TV. Like, please at least draw. All right, so if not Inter or Seattle or LAFC, who are some of your top clubs to win it, and who's your sleeper club?
So you mentioned PSG, so it's because I'm interested to see what they're going to be. I just don't think that there's any way to mentally get all the way up for this tournament. Like you said, they just won the Champions League a few weeks ago. Then most of their players went off on international duty over the last week. They have to be absolutely spent physically, but more so mentally. The winning the Champions League was the big hurdle that they've been chasing for more than a decade since they got super rich with investors in that club. That was the elusive trophy. Well, they won it. Are they going to turn around and be 10 toes down for this tournament? Their manager is going to try. Their players, they'll try. But, I just don't think that they can get over that hurdle. That's kind of why, like, I go back to Real Madrid. For me, I think that they are the favorites, but because I've already spoken enough about them, I do like Bayern Munich's chances, and we'll see what Manchester City looks like. As for a dark horse, let's go back to South America. Any one of the 4 Brazilian teams, I think, would be super fun to make a run. But I think Flamengo is the team that I'm looking at. They just have so many really, really talented players. And I think a lot of European soccer fans that get normally like, oh, like we're the epicenter of global football. We have all the best teams. We have all the money. We buy the best players from South America. We buy the best players from everywhere. I think that if they're going to be in for a pleasant surprise, I think when say Flamengo or Fluminense get going.
Man, I'm surprised you didn't mention my Blues, baby. Chelsea, we won it back in 2021. We're feeling ourselves after winning the UEFA Cup as well, man. So Chelsea, they always perform when they're here in America. So I'll let you slide on that one, but I'll definitely get you back again. And you guys that are watching this interview right now, you can watch every single FIFA Club World Cup match live and for free on DAZN. Go ahead and register for your free account and, of course, enjoy the action. Tom, thanks for hopping on with me, man. I got to get you on again.
Appreciate you, my man.